Now we shift gears and get to have a chat with one of my bosses, the head of production, Tom Kalliamos. Head of production, Parable Productions.
Yeah.
What's involved in the job?
Well, the best definition of head of production is you get to do anything you want to do.
40 years in television.
Yeah.
How many times have you been in front of the camera?
Not many. But when there's a medical emergency, I usually jump in and say I played a doctor on a TV commercial once, so I'm qualified. But I teamed up with Warren, the executive producer of the show, about 8 years ago, and left broadcasting and wanted to get back a bit more hands-on. So, and really, it was about five people when we started, and that was the plan. You know, sign up with a small production company, help them build it up, and we've got 20-something staff now that are operating on various television shows that we produce. And social media is huge. The company's grown its digital assets and formats extensively. And then we find ourselves in these interesting times of a global pandemic. The people sitting at home, our viewers, need some content to watch. So we're just part of that big picture of the television and streaming industries. Believe me when I say Tom has seen a lot. And when he talks about highlights, they're very special moments. We found ourselves floating into Sheffield, the town of Sheffield, for the memorial service. And we had a couple of people that were in charge of the logistics that didn't quite get us there in time. So we found a statue of the Light Horseman nearby, and we just had an impromptu service of ourselves. And Prousty, our bush poet, just started reciting that poem that he wrote about the serviceman that had to shoot his horse at the end of the war.
The fight to Beersheba was a 4-mile desert plain. The light horse rode hard and fast, giving horses all the rein. We raced beneath the big guns.
I'm kind of getting teary even thinking about it. So there wasn't a dry eye.
It makes great TV.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a dry eye in the place.
I'll tell you what, it is an absolute ripper job, isn't it?
It is.
That Big Red Bash trip. So you all sit there and think we're having the fattest time in the world. We have turned up to the Big Red Bash. There's a crew of what, 6 of us? 7?
The good 6 of us, yeah.
Not one chair. We didn't have a chair.
We didn't have room for chairs. We had either room for cameras or chairs. We chose the cameras.
And as usual, once you start Tom, it's hard to stop him.
Danny, who's directing these episodes.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. He was on the trip with us. There was a lot of planning involved. There was a big crescendo concert at Nagambie.
We love a good crescendo.
We had the big stage, and Danny was directing the cameras and the filming for the show. And of course, we were putting on a big concert. Everything was timed out. I brought some production gear and set up a big control room. But we crescendoed into a fireworks display, and the timing was just perfect. And me and Danny just had a big embrace, and because we were quite angst about how it was all going to go. Would we time it out? Would anybody take our cues properly? And I remember the release of the anxiety at the end of that production was just ended with us embracing each other.
I was just going to say, did you embrace?
We embraced and
wonderful.
hugged each other and just, congratulate each other on what we did. We worked pretty hard, but we'll sit down and have a cup of tea or a cool one at the end of the day and just take in the view.
I don't think I've ever had a cool one at the end of the day.
Oh, sure, yeah. Not one, that's right. You haven't had one. You've never had one.
Never had one in my life.
Yeah, how about that time we had more than one and then you had to record a closer for the show in front of a crowd of people? That was
how
fun.
about that one, eh?
Yeah, that was a bad decision. You beauty.
So off we go down to the local, and we had a couple, and then someone saw us in there, so they dropped in, had a couple with us.
And then when we got back, and the crowd of people there for happy hour reminded us both that no, the work was not done for the day.
Make sure you come back and join us again next time as we show you what's up down under.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Happy trails.
Oh, yeah, beer.
You owe me. Paybacks are because we're about to do a closer right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you ready?
Oh, no, I'm not ready.
Neither was I.
No.
Come on, we got this. You know how we do it? You've seen it a million times.
I have seen it a million times.
Well, you can
yes.
kick it off today. Let's go. Lots of energy.
Well, depending on what episode this is or whatever, well, that's all we have, folks. And we'd just like to thank our production partners at New Age Caravans for making all of this possible. right here in the state of Victoria.
Well done, Tom, and I'd like to thank all you lot for coming along too, having a look in behind what we call the fourth wall of television, seeing how the crew works, seeing how the show is put together. And we'll catch you again next time as we show you
What's up down
under.
there? And I did.
Not bad for a new bloke.
Thanks.
We'll keep you on.
How can you complain being paid to travel around the country and see all these great places that not everyone gets to go see? It's just...
How come you getting paid?
So
Just got some rustling on your mic.
Who put this on? I did.
Imagine easy.
I'm not sure.
What's up down under?